Hey May, how you doing, huh? Alrighty, we are recording and now I am going to go feed May. There, sheep grazing. This is a solar panel which is being used to power the Energizer. This is a 20-watt solar panel. The solar panel powers the battery. That's what keeps the battery charged. We need to start working to get the battery off of the ground. As you can see here, it's sitting directly on the ground. That can help drain the battery, shorten its life. This is the Energizer. That's a 2.5 joule Energizer. You'll see that light is blinking on the far right hand side as we look at the Energizer, and that means that we have full power going on there. You can also see the knob is almost all the way over to the right, and that is for a fast charge. That is a rabbit that is in there. Let me see about moving in closer for that. Here you can kind of see the whole system. There's the panel, there's the battery, and then there is the Energizer, and then we are connected up to netting. This netting is what is keeping the sheep inside. There you see the guard dog. That's May. She's a very quiet dog, but is very protective and bonded to the sheep. I forgot to mention that this Energizer is sitting on a galvanized T-post, and because we have plenty of moisture in the ground, this galvanized T-post can be pounded into the ground, and it can serve as an effective grounding mechanism. The Energizer, here you see the red wire. That is coming down. Not sure all this is going to come out. And that is hooking on to this fence right here. There's the connection to the netting. All of these wires on netting are hot, except for the one that is all the way down at the bottom. That is part of the connection. We'll go back up to the Energizer. We can see coming down we have a yellow cord, and there is also a green cord, and both of those are coming over, and those are hooked directly onto the ground. That is our grounding connection from the Energizer to the ground rod. So to complete the circuit, what would happen is, I'll step back, we'll see how this looks. When I hit the wire, the hot goes through me, or goes through the animal, goes down into the soil. The energy is returned back to the ground rod and then back to the Energizer. The circuit is completed and I feel a shock. Probably about, I don't know, 6,000 or 7,000 volts on that fence, but it's only lasting 0.03 of a millisecond, so just a little irritating zap and then you get out of there. Here is the water for the sheep. I've now got to go and get water for the sheep. As you can see, I've only got about a half of a tank in there. We don't have that hooked up to a water hose, so I will go and I will fill that up next. Here you can see the sheep. We got a few up grazing, but predominantly they have eaten, and right now this is just essentially kind of a ruminating period. Kind of letting the food digest. They're regurgitating some of the food and re-chewing it. It's getting broken down in the rumen into digestible microbial protein and also volatile fatty acids, which is energy. And then that can go and pass through the other 3 stomachs that sheep have, and then goes into the small intestine where it can be absorbed. The key thing is we've got to keep a healthy population of microbes in the rumen, because those microbes is the army of soldiers that break down all the cellulose that the sheep are laying on and grazing on. This gives you a sense of the paddock. Way down there where the blue is, that's where the energizer is. And as you can see, it doesn't have to be straight lines. The sheep are contained in here. The dog protects them from predators. And we kind of go around, do the loop-de-loop. And see there's our other corner. Then we're hooking into another net. We go down. There's May. We go back across. And we're back again. Okay, so this is where they grazed. And we still have this residual right here that we can go to. So we have control over what is getting eaten and what is not getting eaten. This right here is a typical seed head for orchard grass. Orchard grass is a very palatable kind of a grass. Got to stay on top of the management, so that is making a part of this grass sward that is in here. You can kind of see those blue-green leaves, and those will be kind of an indicator of the orchard grass. I'll switch to macro mode and we'll go in a little bit closer on the leaves so you can get a sense of the color of them. Very wide grass. You can also see the clover that exists in this field, and we have quite a bit of clover, as you can see right here. This right here is a seed head of Dallas grass. That's a common grass in the summertime. It's pretty well done for the year. We just have some remnant stuff that's hanging in there. We've had warmer than normal fall temperatures, so it's kind of probably still getting some growth, but not a whole lot more. Let me get in closer. Here you can see the characteristics of that seed head. Is boy, this macro mode really works very, very well. Hello, I'm Roger Ingram, and that concludes my first video with the Kodak ZI6. You got to see how a sheep grazing operation can move on to some properties and provide a service to landowners, and see the tools of how that is done. I work as a farm advisor with the University of California Cooperative Extension Service in Placer and Nevada counties. Thanks a lot.